The market treads water above support. Is it bad news bears? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that we were looking for the market overall to complete a pattern to the downside. Mostly it traded sideways yesterday, treading water above support. Now the question is that bad news for the bears? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, the market traded sideways yesterday, so let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. We did have an inside day yesterday, meaning that the high of the day did not go higher than Monday's high, and the low of the day did not go lower than Monday's day, so the entire day's bar was contained inside of Monday's bar. So nothing really changed in yesterday's trading. Essentially, we're looking at our primary count being one of the two C waves to the downside. It's a little bit challenging to tell which one it is right now, but in the first count, what we'll call the primary count, and I'll tell you why it's the primary in just a minute, we would call all of wave 3 done over here, but it came up short of its 49.65 to 85 target. Typically, when that happens, you get an expanded B wave in wave 4 that goes up and hits that target. 49.85 was the target. They pushed just above that and pulled back in a start of what looks like a move down in a corrective fashion. So if that's the case, this wave 3 would be done. This would be the A wave of 4. B would expand up to hit the target, and then you'd have an expanded flat C wave down that should challenge the Fed lows at around that 48.60, 48.50 area and hold there and then push higher in this circle 5 towards 5,100. That would be the primary, and the reason it's the primary over the next count is that this move up here does look corrective, which is what you would expect in an expanded B wave, is you would expect a corrective move up, and then you would expect a C wave down. Now, the thing this count has going against it is that you would expect a C wave down, and C waves are impulsive, and this is not the most impulsive move off of the highs. I would like to see a better 4-5 setup here, so I'd like to have seen something like that to make it look a little better for the down move, but it's not impossible for it to be a 1-2 setup. Now, if it is a 1-2 setup, you would look for 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and then 3, 4, and 5 like this down into our target area to complete. The alternate to this, which is the same basic pattern, but is slightly different, would be that wave 3 completed over here. So this would be wave 3 of 3. This would be all of wave 3 over here. And then you're getting a wave 4 pullback in an ABC fashion where this is A, B, and then you get C down toward the 49.18, 49.15 area, which lines up with all of this support over here. So that makes a lot of sense. And again, that does look corrective off of the high. So this is very, very similar to the other count. And so they're kind of 1 and 1A as the primary. We'll just have to see what happens when we get down into that 49.20 region to see if they're able to push through or not, if and when we get down to that region, because the alternate count is your bull count. And in that case, we completed all of wave 3 over here. So this wave 3 is here. And this was all of wave 4 down. And we completed wave 3 of 5, wave 4 of 5, and we're trying to complete wave 5 of 5, which should target the 50.18 to 50.37 area, which also coincides with our 50.17 target over here, so that does make sense to the upside as well. These would be our two targets because wave 5 is usually between the 0.5 and 764 extension of waves 1 through 3. So that's why we have these numbers up here. 518 or 50.18 to 50.37 would be the expected target for this move up in wave 5. So the bulls do still have a path higher, and until the support is broken, the bulls are in control. You'll hear me say this a lot if you're new to the channel. As long as we are above support, pressure remains up. Again, support is 49.55 right now. They've tested it about 7 times across here on the hourly chart. If they break below that, we should test at a minimum that 49.20 area, and then if it's going to be the bigger pullback, the Fed lows. And if it breaks that, there is another pattern for that. That would be a bigger B wave, but we aren't going to bring that to the forefront until it's much more likely, and right now that's just not the case. Over on the Nasdaq, okay, on the Nasdaq we have a little different setup as the Nasdaq did hit its target to the upside, so no expanded B wave necessary here up into this area. So far, it looks like we have an A and a B, And we'd be looking for the C wave down into that 17,100 to 17,000 area to hold for a wave 4 to the downside, where we get this kind of look. And then the Nasdaq would resume its uptrend in wave 5, which would take us up toward the 18,328 area overall. If, however, they cannot break down support, which is the low from Monday, they came down and tested it a few times today and could not break through. If they can break that support, then it becomes pretty likely that we do come down and test that 17,100 area overall and come back up. But if they can't break down through that support, we would be looking at a potential for the Nasdaq to be in a 1 2 1 2 pattern, where they would break out to the upside again, targeting about 18,000 to 18,200 to the upside. A little bit different of a target up here if they take the direct route than if they come back down in wave 4. So 18,000 to 18,200, if the bulls can hold support and break out, would be our next targets higher. And then we'd look for resistance in that area. So the Nasdaq's a little more straightforward. Hold Monday's low and pressure remains up. Break that low, and we should be targeting that 17,000, 17,100 area. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans. They both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, become part of the team, and make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking out the rooms. We have our advanced Elliott Wave course. As you can see on the screen here, you have your introduction, your advanced fib levels, your diagonals, your double threes, your triple threes, your flats. It's all here. It will be released very soon. But if you are a monthly member, you do get this course for free, and it's already available to those in my room. And as you can see on the screen, they are loving it. It really makes sense of a very confusing market. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally make sense of an irrational market. It helps traders understand why good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up, which can be very confusing. And that's because Elliott knew that the news cycles didn't mean anything long ago. He knew that key levels were important and what happened when they broke and what happened when those key levels held. This gives you a huge advantage over other traders in the market, and it allows you to trade with much less stress and emotion because you understand what you're looking for. This course is 25 videos where I go over your introduction, where we go over your mindset and emotion, the KISS method, how it works, the chart setup, where we go over all of the different tools you need to use with Elliott Wave, how to use them and why, and your Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where I go through each of the waves, what they look like, how to measure them, how to find the targets, what the key levels are, the pivot, the theory of alternation, corrective depth theory, everything you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. The great thing is, guys, if you don't want to pay the $67, this course and the advanced course and any other training material I put out is included for free in both of our monthly rooms. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade, so we do trade quite often in my room. If you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, and PT's advanced training, you need to get in PT's throne room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, futures trading, his income trading method that kills the market, as well as his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a very cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money. And it's how he structures that trade that's so unique. It's something you really have to see to understand. And that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, the key takeaways for it today. Support is the key. The bears need to come down and break 49.55, and then Monday's low. That should point us down to at least 49.20, if not the Fed lows, depending on which count we are in. If, however, they cannot break support and the bulls are able to push up through 49.85, we'd be looking at the 5,017 to 5,037 area and the next move up. Over on the Nasdaq, a little more straightforward. You have an AB setup with C to the downside towards the 17,100 to 17,000 area. However, if they can't break Monday's low and break support, we would be looking higher up toward about the 18,000 to 18,200 area in a more direct path. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.